Okay, hi. So this is my fashion marketing final presentation. So first of all, we're going to talk about the importance of consumer behavior. So understanding consumer behavior is not just a trend, it's a critical element that helps brands thrive. First off, it allows brands to predict trends. By analyzing shopping habits, they can then stay ahead of the curve. Secondly, it facilitates personalized marketing. When brands understand what their consumers want, they can tailor their messages and offerings accordingly. Lastly, it enhances customer relationships by being aware of social influences and ethical preferences. Brands can create products that truly resonate with their audience. Okay, so we're going to go over the internal factors that drive consumer behavior. I have this separated between five different reasons. So let's start with desire, which is ultimately the emotional and psychological factors that drive a consumer's desire for a product, which is like very essential in shaping their like buying decisions. Then we have perception, which encompasses how consumers view a brand or a product based on their experiences and beliefs. And then third is personality. So each consumer has a unique trait that affects their buying habits. So recognizing these traits helps brands tailor their marketing strategies effectively. Beliefs, consumers often make choices that align with their values. Understanding these beliefs can guide their brands, and their messaging. And then lifestyle is like a customer or her consumer's daily life and activities, which plays a major role in their shopping preferences. This is where brands can create relevant products and experiences that resonate with the customer specifically. So here are the examples of this. So for desire, I have quiet luxury trend. For perception, I have sustainability movement. For personality, I have boho style, which is just like someone, it would go with someone's personality. They like boho style, so they're more like a boho-y, like 70s personality. Um, for beliefs, I have religion. And then for lifestyle, I have athleisure. So here I'm just going to quickly go through social and cultural influences. Um, Under each one, I just listed like what these could be. So under social influences, I have direct influencer, which is like friends or family, influencers, social media, which can kind of go together, celebrities, pop culture, community engagement, and then brand loyalty. And then for cultural influences, I have demographic changes, sustainability, economics, politics, and then technology and innovation. So, how does technology have a role in marketing at the moment? So, I found a couple like ways they're kind of like incorporated. I just have five listed, but like influencer brand deals, those are like executed through social media and like technology typically. Virtual fashion, so like NFTs, video game, clothing, social media marketing and trends, so like marketing trends that are specifically on social media, like you can see like on Instagram Reels or something, or like on your story, like a story marketing campaign, or like, yeah, I mean, you get it. And then virality, and then e-commerce. So here is the like my data example of a trend that is affecting like economic uncertainty or social shifts, or sorry, is affected by economic uncertainty and social shifts. That is so hard to say together for some reason. So I picked quiet luxury because it was a trend in like 2024 that reflected a bigger shift in consumer behavior. People were moving away from loud designer logos and fast fashion. Instead, we're gravitating toward minimalism, neutral tones, and timeless pieces. So this is brands like the Row or Loro Piana. So I think this just like fits really well because it's kind of like a more recent and like thing that's actually happening right now. So like because people are kind of getting away from like fast fashion stuff and things that you can easily throw away and rebuy, because like we're gonna go through a recession most likely pretty soon. People are trying to focus more on buying things that they can buy now and not have to rebuy, and things that can actually last. Okay, so marketing strategies. um, This would be like the 4 Ps and the 4 Cs. So the 4 Ps are product, price, place, and promotion. Product refers to what we are offering in the market. Price is about the cost to consumers and how it reflects the value we provide. Place involves the channels through which we distribute our products. And the promotion is how we communicate our value to potential customers. For the 4 C's, it's customer solutions, cost, convenience, and communication. Customer solutions highlight the need to address customer needs rather than just pushing products. Cost encourages us to consider the overall expenditure for customers, not just the price tag. Convenience emphasizes the ease with which customers can access and purchase our offerings, and the communication focuses on building relationships and engaging with customers effectively. Next, we're going to talk about the STP strategy. So this is segmentation, targeting, and then positioning. So for segmentations, it's just dividing the market. So this is determined on demographic, psychographic, behavioral purchasing, behavioral like habits, and then like geographic, like what's around you. And then targeting is like selecting the most attractive segment. So choosing your chosen segment and then like your reason for that. And then positioning is like the crafting the brand image. So just basically what is the brand's promise to their consumer? All right, so let's go over to research methods. We have qualitative and quantitative. Starting with qualitative, I separated them in between strategy and then the insights of it. So under strategy, it refines brand messaging, helps develop customer personas, and informs product design and positioning. Under insights, it's customer motivations and emotional needs, brand perception and storytelling opportunities, and then emerging trends and unmet needs. For quantitative research, same thing. Under strategy, validates demand and segmentation and optimizes pricing and promotion, supports targeting decisions with data. Under insights, market segment and customer demographics, buying frequency and preferences, and then price sensitivity and satisfaction rates. Here are some examples of this. Under quantitative, I have surveys and questionnaires. For another quantitative, I have web analytics, and then qualitative, focus groups. So for my campaign reference that I chose, just to kind of discuss on the quiet luxury trend, I chose the brand Everlane and their marketing or their campaign Radical Transparency, which is all about just like simplifying their products. So this is like logo or no logos, no patterns, or no loud patterns, neutral color palettes and like clean cuts, minimalism, stuff like that. They're also have complete transparency in pricing. And then their specific demographics and psychographics would be like Gen Z and millennials. I think this is like very spot on, honestly. It's primarily women and gender neutral individuals, and then like middle class urban dwellers. They likely have a corporate job, and they share values of sustainability, ethics, and a minimalist lifestyle. Next, we're going to talk about brand identity. I separated these into 3. So, identity, loyalty, and emotional connections. We'll just go through it really quickly. But identity encourages repeat purchases and long term engagement. Loyalty creates a distinct personality and voice for a product or company. And then emotional connections like taps into human desires, dreams, and values. All right. So, what are decision making factors? Here I have listed 3 things: sales promotions, PR campaigns, and influencer activations. Sales promotions includes like offering limited time discounts or BOGO deals, which creates like a sense of urgency, makes the customer want to buy it like ASAP. PR campaigns, which build a strong brand reputation. You earn like when a brand earns like media coverage, they can increase visibility and then like shape public perception. This encourages hype. And then like influencer activations, which is a more recent modern term, I'd say. So it's like leveraging content creators to help connect more authentically with the brand's audience. All right, so we're going to go through my customer journey that I created when somebody is buying something. So start with, we're going to do problem recognition. The customer realizes they have a need or a want. Okay. From there, they go information search. The customer begins researching options. After that, they find their options, evaluation of alternatives. how are they going to decide which one? How are they going to decide if something out there, or if there's something out there better than what they found originally? Um, for fourth one, purchase decision. So customer selects product and then makes the purchase. Woo, they did it. Lastly, best purchase ever. So they get super excited about the purchase and maybe leave it a review or two, tell their friends about it, that whole deal. All right, so let's discuss emerging trends really quickly. First trend that I put down is AI driven personification at scale. So currently, brands are using AI to tailor content product recommendations, email campaigns and ads in real time based on user behavior and preferences. So they're like tracking all of that. So like this would be like Spotify's custom playlists, Netflix tailored homepages, or like fashion brands like Stitch Fix who use algorithms to recommend different clothing. And then the future of this would be mass marketing will phase out in favor of hyper personalized messaging. Brands will need to invest in customer data, infrastructure, and AI tools to stay competitive. And then marketing teams may shift from content creation to content curation. So, some emerging trends, or sorry, so the next trend would be social commerce integration. Currently, platforms like Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube are blending content with commerce. So this is letting like users shop directly from videos or influencers' posts. Gen Z, who have extreme compulsive or buying behavior, they especially use social media not just for discovery but for direct purchasing. Um, the future of this would be brands will shift from using social media purely for awareness to using it as full sales funnel. Influencer partnerships will become more performance driven, and then expect more interactive shoppable video content and AI powered influencers leading campaigns. So I'm just gonna talk a little bit about my three takeaways from this course in the past like semester. So I first want to talk about Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Um, I really liked this one just because I think it's really interesting to look at the psychology of why we market specific things and like why consumers buy specific things. I think it's really interesting. So I really enjoyed learning about that. And I also use this in like one of my other projects as well as in my other like classes. The next one was customer segmentation. I just thought this one was really interesting to kind of see how the market is divided between customers and where people specifically fit, kind of going hand in hand with like Maslow's hierarchy of needs, but just slightly different, basing it off of like psychographics, geographical. I don't know why I can't say that word. And then psychographics and like behavioral. Yeah. And then lastly, Porter's Five Forces. I think that this one was really interesting because it kind of showed the background of like how the brands decide what they're gonna sell and like how they're gonna market it and like where that's all gonna be coming from. So yeah, thought that was super cool. Okay, so consumers' behavior role in success. So, last slide. Consumer behavior is all about understanding how people make decisions regarding purchases. If I've learned anything, it's that this is one of the most important things about marketing. Um, Consumer behavior encompasses various factors like what they buy, when they buy, why they prefer certain brands, how they use products, and how they react to marketing efforts. So, by grasping these insights, brands can create products that truly meet customer desires, market effectively by delivering the right message at the right time, build brand loyalty and trust, which are critical for long term success. So, understanding positions businesses to stay ahead of trends and avoid costly mistakes will ultimately lead to increased sales and growth. And this is my vocabulary I use throughout the presentation. I hope you caught them. I try to highlight them a little bit. And that's it. There's my works cited. So thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate everything you've done for us in this course and everything that I've learned this past semester. So yeah, thank you so much, and I'll see you at the exam date.